Today's video is PG-13 for adult humor, lol. Viewer discretion is advised. Mwah. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to episode 4 of the doll spot. So, I know it's been like years since the last episode, and by years I mean a few months, but let's see who the clients are. That rah-rah Gaga. I fear Millie has something to do with this, but because it is Pride Month, Gaga is very fitting for this episode of the doll spot. Can you guess what happened to her? It's pretty common. If you guessed she was mauled by a dog, you were correct. Once again, the shelter's always an option. The dog must have been super homophobic because this doll's face is pretty much chipped. She also came buzzed to me, has this weird staining on her neck. She didn't even come with the right arms or hands, and giant gaping holes all over her head because she was mauled by a fucking dog. You see, in her $30 glory, it's supposed to look like this. We're far from that, mama. So she'll need the Lord and Savior Jesus J. Christ. Get it? Because my name's Jay and I'm like saving, yeah. Polly want a cracker? Yasmin. This Yasmin has Polly hair, and you can tell by just how big and poofy it is. Other than the tragic hair choice that MGA chose back in 2009, this doll's in pretty good condition. So all she really needs is a reroot, and she will be good to go to join her owner again. But now that you know the two cast members of this episode, let's get into working on them. We're gonna start with Yasmin because she still does have a full head of hair, and we don't need that. She needs to be bald.
Stop this madness. What do you want? Please!
But before I do that, I gotta cut out the bindi that she has in her hair because it's so small. I was so happy to cut off this Polly hair. Believe it or not, this is probably like straight out of the box hair. This doll actually belongs to the doll cabinet. They make content here on YouTube and also have other social medias, and they simply just wanted this Yasmin to have better hair because they really love this Yasmin. I haven't really rerooted too many Bratz before, so I really wanted to take on this one, mainly because I knew I could just get her hair looking super duper good. But now it's time to pop off her head, which is really easy for Bratz dolls. You just pop that shit down and boop! You have now successfully decapitated Yasmin. Now I'm going in with this 20-year-old flathead screwdriver that has seen many doll heads before, and just scraping out all of the hair from the inside. It was actually quite hard because this head is really hard. Go figure. It's time for drastic measures. We're gonna boil some water and basically submerge her head for a few seconds.
Help me!
Personally, me as a doll collector, I prefer squishy heads over hard heads. What? That sounded wrong. Anyways, her head is nice and soft now, so we're gonna use the screwdriver and just get the rest of this hair out. After, I kid you, 15 minutes, it's all clean. And instead of plucking those brows, we're gonna pluck out some doll hair. I really do hate this part of the reroot session because it is sometimes really hard to get all the glue and hair out of the head. But now we're gonna do the exact same thing to Gaga. This Gaga belongs to 900 Weave, iconic username. And they bought this doll in this condition a few weeks ago for $25. But this doll just needs a lot of help, and we're gonna be making it look like one of Gaga's iconic looks. But if you wanna know exactly which one we're channeling with this doll, you're gonna have to watch the video to the end. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. Actually, I do, but but after scraping out all the glue in her head, it is now time to wash these dolls. Welcome to my bathroom. Today I'm gonna be trying this Dawn Power Wash stuff here. It's like dish soap that's squirtable, and honestly, it was really fun to spray at. Now, it's been a minute since we've done a doll spot episode. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to bring back the series. I know a lot of people love it, and I actually do love restoring people's dolls, but it was kind of like stressful on me when I was starting it out. Mainly because I don't want to mess up someone's doll, especially if it's like a childhood doll or some rare doll like Zombie Gaga, for instance. But depending on how this video does, I will probably bring the series back in its full glory again. But if you love this series, make sure to comment down below and like this video because the engagement helps this video. But if you are curious on how to enter the doll spot, there's going to be an unlisted video in the description. So just make sure you watch that and read it carefully. I do get people asking me all the time of how to enter, but yeah. This is just an extra step, but I do a baking soda and water paste, and I learned this from 1000 Splendid Dolls. I'm going to link their channel in the description. They're a really great channel, and I love them so much. But just like they said in their videos, it really makes the dolls feel like brand new. So if you got baking soda and a toothbrush, I definitely recommend doing this to your dolls. Just make sure you rinse it out very well. We have now entered the reroot portion of this video. So I'm going to start by prepping Gaga's head by using this 100% acetone to get the original paint off of her skull. But before I can paint, I need to get these stains off of her head, along with use some liquid fusion to fill those gaping holes in her head. Very fitting for Pride. Anyways, I'm using a needle to put it on the holes so I can get it very precise, and then I'm holding it for a few minutes. And once it's dried over a day, I can squish the head freely and I can start painting her head now. And I'm going to use this folk art paint to do so. While Gaga dries, we're gonna start on Yasmin's reroot here. I'm using the hair color Chocolate, and it's in Curly 10mm from the Doll Planet or rerooting.com. And if you use code ZombieX10 on the website, you can save 10%. I'm in my makeup guru era. So from what I've gathered with Bratz reroots, most people will use a push pin and pop it into the doll's head and let it set for a second, and then they are free to do their normal rooting. It definitely did help because Bratz dolls do have really hard heads, so do I. But I definitely did notice it took up a lot more time than my normal reroots. Once again, I'm very used to rerooting squishy heads, aka Mattel dolls. So it definitely took a little more time, but hey, I didn't break as much needles as I would have if I would have just gone straight in raw. One thing I did notice from the Kylie Jenner Bratz doll that I rerooted back in November compared to this doll is this doll has a harder head than the Kylie Jenner one. Now that could be because of the plastics and, you know, being cheaper over the years, but I definitely do prefer the thickness of the plastic from the Kylie doll over this Jasmine doll, because I don't think I had to use the push pen at all with Kylie. Now this doll was really fun to reroot. I love rerooting with curly hair. I have been getting a lot of comments lately on my shorts for my reroots that a lot of people don't like that I brush out the curls in this state, but this is exactly how a doll would come from the factory if you're gonna have a curly hair on it, so it's kind of normal. I love curls, don't get me wrong, and I want to do some more natural hair texture dolls this summer. Let me know some cool natural hairstyles you'd love to see on a doll in the comments below. But now that she is fully rooted, we need to seal the hair with some fabric tack glue, and yes, it went over the plastic. I was not expecting it to like seep out like that, but you know, I fixed it at the end anyways. Let's let her set for 24 hours and let's move on to Gaga. So for Gaga, we're going to be giving her a poker face inspired hairstyle, and I'm going to be using this Swedish blonde color that I am going to tone afterward. Now Gaga gave me the most difficulty out of the entire bunch of these dolls, and there's only 2 dolls. It took 7 days to lift the stain out of her neck, a full day of drying for the holes in her head. Then mid reroot, I removed the paint off of her scalp because it was very chalky and very dry and bulky, so I just repainted it and it came out a lot better. And then the hair itself was its own thing, and you'll see that once we get to the washing portion because I don't know what happened there. But it's always the doll you expect least from that will give you the most struggles instead of snuggles. So I was really just happy to get rid of this reroot because it took me at least 3 days because I was just very on and off with it. I did get to see Melanie Martinez, and that might be one of the reasons why I kind of like didn't do it in 2 days. Yes, I did that. And you would do it too for a check. The check going into Melanie Martinez's pocket, but I finished the Zombie Gaga reroot, and look how voluminous this hair is. Let's go wash her. So in person, Gaga's hair is more yellow, and that is not what I'm going for. I'm kind of going for like more of an icy, almost platinum blonde kind of look. So I'm just gonna wash and condition her hair like normal. But this is when I noticed something was going off with this hair. It went from straight to wavy. That has never happened before in my life as a rerooter, and I don't know really what happened or what the science was. It wasn't stored weirdly. It was straight, as you guys saw in the pictures before. But as you can tell, the ends are like curled up, and I don't know what happened there. But it does look really pretty. I will give it that. I let Gaga's hair dry for 24 hours, and now we're going to use this L'Oreal Ever Pure purple shampoo, and I only left it in for tops a minute. I'm not even joking, and it really lifted that yellow staining out of the hair a bit too well. So food for thought, if you're going to do this on nylon hair, just, you know, be careful because look how icy it is now. But now I'm going to go in with the clarifying shampoo so we can get out all the remaining purple because there are some purple hues still in the hair. Then after I washed it out, I just conditioned the hair again, and she was all good to go. And I sent her off to my friend Vampire Lover on Instagram to do the bangs. Now we're gonna move on to styling Yasmin. I went ahead and brushed out the hair off camera just to save you some time because I care about your time. But if I left it in, this would have been like a 15 to 20 minute video. So if you'd like to see how I brush out nylon hair like this, there are other videos linked in the description. I like how the hair looks now, but we do need to define each curl, and we're gonna do that by using this Bedhead Curls Rock amplifier. I don't know why it changed its packaging again, but then again, I don't run out of this that often, so they just change. So the cool thing about curly and nylon is you can really do any kind of curl with it. All you have to do is really brush it out and form it over your finger and kind of twist it, and now you have a curl. So I'm basically going to do that all around the head, making sure that I'm fine-tuning it as I go because sometimes they do look a little wonky, so you just gotta make it work. Now this Yasmin's rooting was really abysmal. It was very thin, so I did have to root in some more holes because it was just feeling super duper thin, and I'm glad I did that because it made it feel a little more voluminous, and that looks so much better at the end product. But as you can see, I'm just grabbing big sections and splitting it down with my finger, and if I don't like how how a curl ended up, I just grab it again, comb it through, and do the same thing until I like how it looks. And after a bit of fine-tuning, this is what we got. I am going to put it back into its hairnet so that all the curls stay nice and plump. Then the last thing to do is sew back on her little bindi, which I'm just going to be using some brown thread and of course a needle. And I did that off camera because I could not thread it for the life of me. But that is pretty much Yasmin's restyle. It's now time to put her back on her body, and we can see what Gaga and her look like together because it's all done. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 4 of the doll spa. Let me know which one of these two is your favorite out of today's restyles. I can't wait for them to go back to their owners and maybe get some pictures from them. That'd be so iconic. If you guys have not caught up with the other episodes or the shorts, there is a playlist down below. Also, if you want to know how to sign up for the doll spa, there's also an unlisted video down below. So make sure you look at that. If you made it to the end of this video, comment a bubble emoji so I know that you actually watched this fully. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you want to follow me on Instagram or on TikTok, it's at ZombieGuysCorn as well. You might as well subscribe and hit the notification bell down there too. Like this video to let me know if you actually like these kind of videos, and also follow the official Instagram for the doll spa. It's on the screen. I forgot the username. But until the next time, guys, I'll see you around. Bye.